What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a 2002 Looney Tunes Kevin Harvick Goodwrench Chevy in the studio. One of the most nostalgic cars from NASCAR Thunder 2003, at least for me. Regardless, we're going to be doing a diecast review on it, so let's go ahead and get the studio prepped. All right, folks. Beautiful diecast in hand, and what a awesome throwback of throwbacks. You know, I remember these Looney Tunes cars, man. They made so many of these things that they were still in store shelves in the mid-2000s. Like, I remember, like, 04, 05, when my local store was still stocking diecast, you know, local retail store. And I remember seeing these on, like, the shelf or whatnot. It'd be like 3 or 4 of them. Now, I don't remember all the paint schemes. I think this was one of them, but regardless, it's an overproduced diecast, so there's no problem opening it up. So this is a Winter Circle packaging from 2002. It does come with a free sticker here, which is really cool. I love this artwork. You got the what's his name? Is it Taz? Is that his name? And he's like picking up the road stripes. I mean, it's just so goofy, man. I love it. What an awesome looking paint scheme. This is the back panel of the car back. There's not really much there. It's kind of a generic packaging, but for the time, it's really, really cool. Winter Circle packaging in early 2000s, just really dope stuff. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and carefully open up the car. I'll be right back. All right, folks, brand new out of the package. And when I opened the diecast up, I actually found something I never knew was on this car. Bam! It's actually made with screws instead of rivets, and this screw is not all the way pushed in, so that kind of makes me question, did they accidentally produce this car on the diecast kit base, which I know it's a lot of these, the Dodge cars in like '02, they were actually made with the screws that you could unscrew them and take them apart. So I'm kind of curious, did they make a batch of these, you know, Monte Carlo bottoms, too many of them, so to speak, and instead of wasting them, they said, you know what, we're just going to allocate them to this production run of some of the Looney Tunes cars. I might need to check my other Looney Tunes cars to see if they have that, but that's fascinating, because I could take this car apart and I could use it as like a shop diorama, and I ain't got to drill it out, so that's really, really cool stuff. Again, we're learning here on the channel, fellas. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and dive into today's paint scheme. Of course, this video is brought to you by our good friends over there at Circle B Diecast. Make sure to tap it over there, fellas. Help support the channel and allows me to do videos like this. Use promo code Diecastbuffet at checkout. Now, the paint scheme here is just a simple, kind of a medium blue paint job. But you do have some fluorescent, believe it or not. The yellow down here, that is actually day glow. It is pretty darn bright. The camera lens, it's a lot brighter on camera than it is in the studio. So it's picking it up very well. The yellow on the roof rails is, I think, the same. I can't tell. No, I don't know. Is it? It's bright, I'll tell you that. The spoiler color is definitely different than the side skirt and front valence, but that's a nice touch. Got the Monte Carlo logo in the day glow. Got the Taz dude right there chilling. He's rolling 2 tires. Got a lug nut, air gun hose, which it's like squirreled all over the freaking car. I love that. Goodwrench service. Got number 29 RCR. Got some lug nuts all over the car. Clavite, Edelbrock, Waste Management, Union 76. You know, if someone wanted to do this paint scheme on a next-gen car, you know how funny it would be if instead of having, like, the traditional lug nut, what if they did the little next-gen lug nut? That would be one of the throwbacks of the year if they were to change it to make it look like a up-to-date, you know, next-gen car. That would be really cool. I saw, I think it was Brennan Poole in NASCAR Xfinity Series for 2025, and I think it was the number 44 car. They're running a Jeff Gordon 2001 Looney Tunes car. And instead of having Bugs Bunny on the hood, they did like a caricature. I think it was either of Brennan Poole or whoever sponsoring them. And it was genius. It was absolutely genius. I wish they would have done that with Kyle Larson's 2025 Darlington throwback. It's on the Terry Labonte car, it has the Terry Labonte Tiger and it says "Got Milk." Well, they could have done a caricature of Rick Hendrick, maybe, I don't know, as an animal or something, or just as a cartoon as him, you know, being human, saying "Got Cars," because that was the slogan they had on the side panel. My point is, I like when they take the paint schemes, and if they have like caricatures or cartoons on there, they change it to make it kind of fit the sponsor, the team, and the current era. I love that. I think that's a cool thing. Now, there's all kinds of different artwork of the Taz character all over the car, which is funny. Just look at it, he's just twirling around like a tornado, ripping up the roads. This is back when Kevin Harvick was kind of known as a feisty driver. He definitely ruffled some feathers in this time. Got Sonic right there, Goodwrench Service, Snap-on, Sylvania, Oreo, Realtree, AC Delco, Coca-Cola, Hershey's. That's interesting. Van Camps, I think. And then you have, I don't know what the biff that is. Got Kevin Harvick's signature. 29, got the little bumpy road pattern, which this paint scheme's very similar to Robbie Gordon's 31 car. And I think the 30 car of Jeff Green. I was looking at my diecast case. They're all RCR cars, so it kind of makes sense that they would have a similar paint scheme, which I think is cool. Got Goodwrench there, 3M True Value, NASCAR Cup Series, which is kind of funny because at the time, like, oh, it's a censored Winston decal. Now in the 2020s, oh, it's verbatim the exact same name as the title sponsor, just NASCAR Cup Series. They kind of predicted the future. I'm kidding. NASCAR Race Car, Bootleg Bud Pole Award, Autometer, Mechanics Work, EA Sports, Jessel, Infograms, 76, Holly Comp, and whatever the biff that is. Go to the back panel of the diecast, and this is one of my favorite things about the older cars is looking at the back taillight panel, because when you're playing these video games back in those years and you're racing these cars, this is what you've seen. I remember one of my earliest video game memories. This was probably around 2005, give or take. I was playing NASCAR Thunder 2003, right? And I remember racing around in the, it might have been 04. It was the game Thunder 2003, but the year I actually was playing, it might have been 04. Anyways, I was a kid. And I remember racing, I think it was at Michigan or doing practice, and I was just driving around tearing up this car in practice. And it was just fun, man. I tell you, man, the 2000s were lit, yo. Goodwrench.com, you got the bow tie there. Notice it's in that kind of day glow Jeff Gordon 24 font color, like that. Got the 29 there, got the Taz dude once again. A soft gradient on the back panel there. Go to the right side of the diecast, you have the number 29. Looks like there's a few scuffs on the side. If you're curious about how many of these cars got made, there is so many of these Looney Tunes cars floating around. 124 scale, 164. I think they even made like 132 scales. They made so many of them, guys. Pick them up. There's a ton of them. You could open them up. You could make a diecast stop motion. This one ran at Richmond in 2002 with the other Looney Tunes cars. It's just freaking awesome, man. Now, this is a subtle little detail I noticed, and this is just beautiful design work. Notice the yellow of the little road right here. It's kind of more of a banana yellow, if you will, just a standard yellow. And notice how the yellow on this right here. Now, as a kid, I used to think this was a part of the road pattern, but it's actually not. It's a part of the air gun. The yellow on the cord or the hose for the air gun is actually day glow. So it's two different colors, even though, like, as a kid, I used to think he, like, I don't know, peeled it up or something and is chewing on it. I don't know. But it's the air hose, right? And it's two different colors. I don't know why I find that fascinating, but that is really cool. Go to the top of the car. I got the number 29 with the roof rails right there. This is the year 2000 to year 2002 Winston Cup Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Awesome stuff. Now, one little bugaboo about the full wrap cars of this era is they did have a little bit of a pronounced line right here that you could see. So this was a full wrap car to simulate the gradient. You could see a pretty sharp line here and here. It was like that on pretty much all the Looney Tunes cars. It's okay. It's okay. It's an amazing car. Go to the back panel of the diecast. You have the Looney Tunes rematch sign with Taz once again. I'm just saying, I love whimsical paint schemes. When some of these teams kind of do some goofy paint schemes, you know, they make some liveries that might not be seen as, oh, it's, you know, very serious. I love it. I absolutely love it, and this is a great example of it. They used to do this a lot back in the 2000s. There was a lot of cartoons, a lot of, what do you call it, movie-based paint schemes. They had, like, a whole bunch of paint schemes based on, like, Shrek, Madagascar. Cartoon Network did a promotion back in the late 90s with a bunch of paint schemes. Then you had, of course, the SpongeBob cars. Back in those years, they did a lot of promotions. The Looney Tunes, the Muppets. It was really, really cool to see, you know, 4 or 5 different paint schemes running in a race, and they were all part of one sponsorship, but they were all completely different. It's a really cool thing, and I would love to see something like that. The last time we saw something like that, of that big of scale, was 2015 at Kansas when it was the SpongeBob race. I want to see something like that. Get like 10 different paint schemes, 10 different drivers, create some crazy cool, artwork. It'll promote itself. It'll boost ratings. They haven't done it in a decade. It's time. Let's do it. You get the free sticker that comes with the packaging here. You have the Monte Carlo Rematch logo, got RTR, Goodwrench Services, got the Taz dude, got like a city in the background. Again, he's tearing up the road. Got the 29 right there with the Kevin Harvick signature. Such a cool piece. And here is the back panel of it. I guess it's intended for glass surfaces only. I don't know. So what an awesome diecast again. It's overproduced, so if you're looking for one of these, there's plenty of them out there, fellas. All different scales. You could probably find the Elite 124 for this decently common. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, drop a comment down below. What do y'all think? Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet signing off.